With the United Nations set to launch the Sustainable Development Goals, members of the Prime community joined at the 2015 Prime Global Forum.
I have no doubt that today corporate sustainability is on the edge of transforming markets from within. A silent revolution is taking place already. Long-term financial success increasingly goes hand in hand with environmental stewardship, good ethics, and sustainable responsibility on the social side.
As educators, you provide your students with the skills and mindsets that will allow them to become responsible leaders and managers strongly committed to sustainability. As researchers and thought leaders, you enable business organizations to serve the common good. And as managers and consumers, you transform business and society.
They gathered to discuss and plan the role of management education in shaping responsible future leaders and helping to achieve sustainable development.
Young people who go out into the business world want to be inspired. That fire is what is actually going to change the world. And they need champions who walk the talk.
It's like 60% of the students in Switzerland and about 80% of the students in the US say they wouldn't work for a company whose values they don't share. That means that students really want to see companies change. We can only do it if we all do it together.
Collaboration and transparency, arguably the two things that will be most essential for the future of capitalism and the ability to turn on the economic engines. And one of the biggest goals is the need for economic empowerment of women. And all the empirical evidence will show you that diverse groups make better decisions.
They brought with them ideas, experiences, and perspectives from every continent on the role of business education in solving the world's most critical social and environmental challenges.
We are very keen on assessing the students. We might even be keen on assessing the institution through the SIP report, but we are not so keen on turning the assessment mirror towards ourselves and asking what are we actually doing in our own teaching. If we want a diversity of voices and want to understand sustainable development as a holistic problem, we need to have more voices from the South, we need to have more female voices, and we might even need voices that represent a different class.
We teach them about business. It's not necessarily how to do business, it's why to do business. It's not necessarily creation of wealth, it's application of wealth.
I see the major challenge being really institutionalizing the prime principles. Because it's good to say that you want to have them, but you want to make sure that it becomes part of strategic process within the school.
Even if the school is committed to prime, that doesn't mean that our colleagues are going to be committed to prime. We have to do it through an ever-increasing circle, of people that become more and more engaged. And that only can be done through persuasion from peers. Prime is about transforming, it's about doing.
Participants shared expertise and took part in collaborative learning sessions, developing new ideas and new partnerships to build upon the foundation that has been laid.
Business education touches roughly a quarter of undergraduates. For first-generation Americans, it's reaching half of our college graduates. This has become, in the United States, the education of our citizenry.
In the new sustainability strategy, we started setting 100% goals. 100% FSC certified forest or wood into our supply chain, 100% sustainable cotton, 100% renewable energy into all of our operations globally. As we said, if you set a 90% goal, everybody will always find the 10%. As a person working in the company, it's incredibly powerful just to think, how do I make positive change instead of how do I reduce negative impacts?
If you're interested in starting your own business, you do it right after graduation. What's your salary look like? Not very good. If you go to work in a social enterprise, does your salary look the same as if you go to work for an investment bank? Right? Both of these things are reasonable expectations for our graduates, but yet you're penalized in rankings. Moving forward, it's not just about the quality of a school being good at being a business school, but rather doing good as a business school and making an impact.
At the forum's conclusion, the Prime community agreed to an ambitious roadmap and committed to focus on the Sustainable Development Goals in their future activities, working with governments, business leaders, accrediting bodies, rankings providers, and UN entities to achieve them.
As diverse as we are, we're all united by one simple vision: that business exists to make the world a better place, and then those who educate business leaders have the fundamental responsibility of educating the types of business leaders who get that.
I am bringing the warmest greetings from the Secretary General, who really appreciates your commitment to embedding sustainability into a curricula and research. You gather at a critical moment. As United Nations member states strive to make 2015 a watershed year for sustainable development and climate change action.
Our future lies in the local networks, because if we're really going to change the world, it has to be done in each and every country. And business schools and national schools are such an important part of that. That's the future of the Global Compact.